Divine greetings, entities, energies, lovelies, bodies of light, the seekers and sojourners of truth, the 144, chosen of the chosen of the chosen few. You all know who you are, star seeds, the ascendant 144, gods, goddesses, kings, and queens, all of you that are lighting up on the light code, especially those light warriors. Yes, you. I greet you in the love that lights the truth from my heart to yours. I am Celestial Earth in this divine energy essence of it all. Always reporting to you from nowhere other than 5D, fifth dimension, in the place to be. All right, so speaking of the 5D, we're speaking about this ascension process, and believe me, the cosmic waves are hitting. We are getting the cosmic waves, and we're adjusting to these light codes, these ascension light codes. So as usual, I bring you the news to infuse with, if you so choose to infuse with those of us on the light grid. Is lighting up the grid and gridding. All right, get on the winning team, get on the gridding team, because we're gridding. And if not, you always have a choice. You can't refuse. But remember, if you don't infuse, you refuse, and be prepared to be fried on the grid. Fried on the grid. All right? Remember, if you don't infuse with the light, you fry on the grid. So, but we always have a choice. People have a choice, and those who choose to, fall with the collapsing timelines, that's a choice. And that light, the raw light, is going to still be hitting. They're still going to get their light codes because it's coming in. It's just a matter of when you choose to ascend with these light codes, or for some people, it looks like doom and gloom. So, what I want to bring to our attention now is these light codes as the cosmic waves are hitting. What's happening during this ascension time? What are we feeling? What are we sensing? Some people are getting ascension symptoms. This is like a real message specifically to that 144 ascendant frequency. Those of you who have ascended to that frequency, the 12 times 12 completion times completion, and what you may be feeling. Some of you may be saying, well, how do I know if I'm the 144? If I have entered into that completion times completion. And you'll know because, as I said, there's the body suspension. Your body is suspending all these things that you normally thought that you would want to do and what you're about, and you're seeing your diet is changing, your palate is changing, because your molecules are changing. We're changing at a very cellular level, at a molecular level. Your molecular structure is infusing and adjusting, and we are intercommunicating, right? Galactic intercommunication is happening. Multidimensional things are happening, right? So in the happenings of it all, as we are co-incidencing together, because we're all co-missioning together with all these transmissions of light, what's happening with this cosmic wave? So first, let me speak about the cosmic waves, right? There's a lot happening individually, collectively, familially, all the way out, communicatively, communically, if you want to say that, globally, into humanity. So there's tiers of what's happening and how we're feeling it. The cosmic waves, as I spoke on before, are coming in many ways, and we really have to understand this. You don't have to do a darn thing, but it helps when we grab our minds around it, our hearts around it, mind-heart coherency around it a little bit more. And the thing to note is, for one, these solar flares, as I've mentioned, it's light, energy, and information. It is giving us all of that. Light and energy is moving. I should say it this way. Information is moving through light and energy, just as information moves through the wind, the wisdom in the wind that is moving around. The wind is like the currency of the atmosphere, moving everything around. We have light codes that are coming in, the solar winds, right? So imagine you can see this wind. There are solar winds coming off of these solar flares, off of our sun, that is really coming through our sun, right? the cosmic waves are coming in multiple ways, right? It's not just through the sun, right? We have celestial bodies that are part of the cosmos, and they're all guiding us. It is all guiding us through this transcendent time into the fifth dimension, taking us deeper into 5D. And it's for a lot of us to understand we are going to a next level, a next phase of 5D. Layers are being peeled off. So the more that these cosmic waves are hitting, these energetic waves, creating all types of massive energetic exchanges within us, around us, between us, there is also a massive shedding happening. Hence why the earthquakes are happening, right? We're quaking and we're shaking. We're shedding layers. The earth, not just individually, but yes, individually, the earth is shedding layers, right? And it's as if there was these thick layers around the earth, right? Old earth. And as new earth is emerging, these layers are breaking free, right? And the new earth is emerging. And so it is for the earth as it is for us, because we are cells within the earth. As the cells vibrate and change, so too does the earth. And it's like that even with your body. Imagine your body being the earth, and all these different cells are the many people, humanity within the earth. And as the cells change in their molecular structure, it changes the body. We are the cells within the earth, and as we're all changing individually to collectively in groups of cells that become tissues here and there within the earth, right? Issues in the tissues, right? It also allows earth to ascend. So this is why we can't look at it one way, why I'm explaining it this way. It's like they want us to know that we are a part of this exchange and this change, because as we transcend and we ascend, these messages get sent back out, right, through the crown. Speaking of crown, I'm on my crown chakra day. For those of you who have the calendar, you know it's the beginning of the week. Go to the front of the week, happy crown chakra day. So we're emitting this out. Remember, information is not one way. It's going up and down, in and out through our torus field, right? And so this energy, what we send out, it's like we upload, okay? We get downloads, we also upload to the main board, the motherboard, Mama Universe, Galactic Center, whatever you want to call it. And we upload, it goes through our server, the sun, back into the Galactic Center. We upload and we send information that we're here. Upload. Once we send that out, the messages, this is why I said everything is an exchange of information. Simplify it by just looking at it like that. It's not as complicated as we think. We're sending information, we're receiving information. And in this information energetic exchange, it helps to ascend. It tells us where we are on the map of the universe. This is why we're ever evolving, right? So the more of us that evolve, the faster this energy is, information is being transferred. And so we send this out, and as we send this out, it tells the ethers what to send back. And so then we get intensified. And why I'm saying this, because I'm hearing, this is why we must understand you never get more than you can bear, right? So those who know that part in the Bible where it says God doesn't put more on you than you can bear. God being what? The great order of divinity. The great order of divinity never puts more on you than you can bear. Ashe. So everything that comes to us is because we have to also, we're sending back information that says, I got it, even if we're not aware, right? Even if we're not consciously aware, we have come. We are sending information that says, we got it. The risen light within us says this, and it's uploaded. And then as a collective consciousness, it is uploaded. As a collective consciousness on the body of the earth, it is uploaded. It's sent back. And so it lets the universe know, okay, this is where we are, according to thy measurements. And so that gives the hint of what to send back to us. So it's not giving us nothing more than we can bear. Fear not, fret not thyself of these solar flares. It's just accelerated information that's helping us transcend and ascend, right? So these solar flares that are coming is saying, all right, you got this. Here's some more information. It's coming through our sun, the server, serving us up, serving us up a good deal of light energy and information that's been stored in its battery. It knows what to let off to us, because remember, the sun holds a charge of the plus and minus, which is how the information is traversing, right? So it comes back, it comes to us, and the solar flares are hitting, and it comes as these cosmic waves. Cosmic waves, and it hits who it needs to hit. It, whoever can receive it receives it, right? Some people tend to get dunked under the waves, but that's okay. They'll get back up, right? And the best way to deal with these energies, because what it's doing as it hits, right? So that's me speaking about the cosmic waves. Is there anything else? Yes, okay, more than the sun, there is these celestial bodies are also part of the cosmic waves. So the luminaries that the moon and the sun, right? The luminaries play a part in highlighting and reflecting to us. Of course, the sun, because it's given us all this information. The moon is helping us reflect. It's helping us with the reflections and the introspections of this information. So paying attention to the luminaries, the moon really gives us that opportunity every month within these lunar phases. It helps us to integrate the innermost parts, because it represents our inner world, on what we are to be working on with the sun, what we bring to the outer world, which is what the sun represents. So these luminaries, these cycles that we have with the luminaries, and annually as we go around the sun, it is helping us to understand. It's guiding us. It's an order. It's a guidance that is guiding us through the order. There's an order to everything, and the celestial bodies guide us through this divine order. And so they also hold principalities. So paying attention to where they are within the 12 gates. This is how we build the New Jerusalem. Check your revelations again. It's very coded, but it speaks to such a time as this, right? The 12 gates are the 12 houses. So it's according to how we look through these 12 gates, right? And they all hold principles, and so do the planets. The planets are also to be looked at as they align with our energy centers, all 9 of them. Yes, I said 9, including the soul star and the earth star. So according to how they are aligning with your energy centers, there are principalities there. And this is why it's important to look at your natal chart to see what that means for you from now. How does it parallel with today, with where the current energy is, and how it applies to what you can now do. It helps ones to understand what best suits them, or what is their best fit. It helps you to know your position, because if that's your natal chart, and you know that, for instance, your natal Leo is in Mars, it gets really active at times like this now. When Leo is in Mars, it's saying you are the ones, those of you who have your Leo in Mars are the ones that are very active right now, to get very activated, take initiative, be compassionate about being creative. This is a time to really create and focus on yourself, but in a respectable way, not to be aggressive but assertive. If you are more evolved in your Mars, and even in the Leo sign, you are being more assertive rather than aggressive, right? But we have to understand these principles, and that's just one example. So it wants us to know all of these celestial bodies are part of the cosmic waves. So not only just looking at the solar flares, but where is that planet? What house, what gate is that planet in? What gates are open right now? And in what way are the gates open onto you? Right? So that's how we can kind of pay attention to the cosmic waves. Ashe. The next part is looking at how we are adjusting to these ascension light codes. With these cosmic waves, they are helping us to not only ascend, but how we transcend the old karmic trauma that are in our past lives, how we transcend them, how we're shedding. This is part of the shedding, and the most important part is paying attention now to our social emotional healing. And I quote healing because I always stand firm on there's nothing to be healed, only truth to be revealed. Your healing comes when you allow the revelation of truth to come, right? Which is allowing the feelings to bring those revelations. Feel to reveal to heal. So when I say healing, always know that I mean reveal to heal. So it's allowing what's coming up, because as these solar winds, as these cosmic waves hit, oh, believe me, they're bringing up some things that are causing us to shed. So while some may be feeling tossed around, it helps when you just be still and know that I am. Know that the I am in you is here to transcend that, and that whatever's being brought up to you is being brought up to you so that you can dismantle it and shed whatever story it has been telling. So it's inviting us to remove the junk, right? The what do I call it? Not junk. The contraband in the consciousness. It's calling you to remove the ego's narrative, especially because it was done by the misappropriated ego, and helping us to see. This is why I say social emotional, because it's showing up in all of our lives right now in social arenas. How we socialize, how we interrelate. And I'm not just talking about how you're friends with one another, co-workers, just collaborators. How are we working with one another? Remember, we're going into the age of Aquarius, which is about collaboration, how we're going to work well. This is why it works so well that this is ushering us into 5D, because the fifth dimension is unity consciousness, the love frequency. How best are we going to become one unless we understand our levels of collaboration? So in order to do that, we have to shed a lot of egoic things between one another, and how we have been socializing before, all the way from the age of the ram, is incorrect. And we have to allow the Chiron and Aries to really help us to peel those layers individually, multidimensionally, on multiple levels, multiple lifetimes, not just for the individual, but the collective. Not just the collective right now, but the collective of you, your collective soul, your holistic soul. And the collective meaning the multiple timelines that you share with your bloodline. Like there's also bloodline involved in this. So what has been happening in our ancestral bloodline as well, all of this is being shed as the Ascension light codes are lighting up, because they're bringing us all these light codes. What comes with that is the memory cells. We're a memory complex. So the memory cells are also being activated, and we're talking about our ancient memory cells. The blueprints, the spiritual blueprints within us are being activated by the light code blueprints through time, space, reality that are coming to us and through us through multiple lifetimes. Faithfully, I'm not losing nobody here. You get what I'm saying, especially the 144. So a lot of what's happening to you now, the 144, is to shed. It is to help us get to the next timeline, by really releasing old, clearing out the old pipelines. It's as simple as that. So paying attention to the body. It's not just about Ascension symptoms. There are things that are coming up in our mental, emotional life, world, and affairs. So this is why the social emotional healing is very important right now, right? And it has a lot to do with the nervous system. Thank you, Spirit. A lot of this adjustment has to do with how our nervous system is adjusting, because our nervous system is feeling all of this. This is the crown. The nervous system has to do with your crown chakra, right? And the crown chakra is our gateway. It's our cosmic body. So it's our gateway into and coming from the cosmos into our life, world, and affairs, into our body, and from our body into the cosmos. It is our connector to total connectivity and total consciousness, right? So the nervous system and the skin. So if anyone, whoever this is for, if you find yourself having any skin problems, it has to do with the crown chakra, whatever it may be, right? Because the skin also is very much connected. The nerves are all connected, through the skin. The nervous system affects the skin being your biggest organ on your body. That is the issue. That is the tissue that holds all the issues from the crown. So it's connected to everything. the crown's number one block is ego attachments. Why am I saying this? Because again, remember I said the contraband in the consciousness is usually what the ego is still holding on to. Ego attachments, personal attachments. If the word ego rubs you the wrong way, try saying personal attachments, because anything that you have a personal hold on is also the ego, right? This is solar plexus. So we're giving a lot of solar plexus. There's a lot of disgruntled solar plexuses running around out there, right? Which creates a block for the crown. And so the crown, if you're too attached to these personal holes in the solar plexus, it causes this separation. It's not allowing for total connectivity, right? And so it makes it harder for the nervous system to adjust. And our nervous system really has to adjust, because think about it, if these frequencies are coming in, it's going to hit our cosmic body first. So it's going to hit our nervous system. It's almost like, what's happening? What's happening? This is the earthquaking, energetically speaking, right? And so the ascension process takes adjusting to this in the nerves. So the best way to help adjust the nerves to this is finding time and space to really have an introspective look into your social emotional welfares. How are you showing up? Are you still hiding? Is the ego still protecting things? We have to move out of the space of protection, right? And understand that if we move under the divine's covenant, all is protected, no matter what it was, no matter what it is, right? This is how you break the illusions. There's nothing to defend. The truth needs no defending. So when you're living in the truth, you honor it, you live by it, you die by it. And when I say die, I mean willing to have an ego death and let go of the flesh, so that you can have a true transition through it. Rather than thinking of I die by it, think that I transcend through it. And it doesn't always necessarily mean you have to have a physical death. Sometimes it just means getting rid of the mental, emotional thoughts of death in that way, to overcome it, to transcend it, to realize that you don't even have to have a death. You just needed to not be afraid of death, right? Remove the fear factor, and then you will find that you transcend, and that transcendence is your transition. This is how a lot of people are transitioning to this new world without having to die to get there, without having to physically, die to get there. Some have to. Some are choosing to loop out because they have to let go of that body, because they're holding on to the flesh mind too much in the soul. And so their nervous system, they can't adjust. And depending on what kind of contract they made, they've already said, hey, when it gets to this point, if I'm not where I'm supposed to be, I choose to loop out during the next purge. So whenever we have these purging moments, and it is a lot of times when these cosmic waves are hitting, when these solar flares are hitting, it's creating these waves, and it comes with such intensity that, yes, it may cause purging, because there's a shedding. There's a shedding on so many levels. So there's a purge on so many levels, whether it's physically, whether it's mentally, emotionally, ego death. Some of us have to have several ego deaths over and over and over again. There's different things to have an ego death about. As many things as you have yourself attached to is as many things that there may be a need for this ego death. And this is the emotional aspect. So a lot of things are coming up not to make you emotional, but to allow you to pay attention to the emotions, energy in motion. Pay attention to sacral chakra. We're in the sacral chakra season still for the spring. So really allow yourself to look at how you are relating and interrelating social, so that you can see how your emotions, your feelings, your energy in motion, emotional body is dealing with this. So you can overturn it, change the perspectives and overturn that, right? Return to spirit, re-spirit that, so that your heart, allow your heart regulates the emotions. So go to your heart. This is why you may hear a lot of people say, open your heart, live through your heart center, because that's what's going to help us. It's not so much about the mind. We really have to remove our logic, because our logic blocks us, and we have to remove it, not throw it away, just really kind of put it on the back burner and allow the heart to be so open that it brings us out of the blocks of the logic so that we can truly integrate and have a true mind-heart coherency. This is the emotional bridging, social emotional healing that needs to happen, but it has to happen through revelation, which means we have to allow ourselves to feel the frequencies, feel what the frequencies are bringing up in our emotional bodies through the earth. It's almost like as it's bringing in the cosmic waves, right? And those frequencies are hitting, and you know that's loosh. We're looshing. It hits the earth. Allow it to come up and loosh through the earth. Allow yourself to excrete. And when you see it, don't. Our initial thing is to hide it and say, no, that's not what I feel. This is not the time for that. This is the time to bring it up and say, let me look at how I feel. Let me feel, because who feels it knows it, right? Who feels it knows it. So allow yourself to feel it so that you can reveal to know it. And then the healing will take place where it needs to go. Energy is intelligent. Once you get the revelation, you don't have to try to heal. The healing will automatically take place in your mind, in your body. Ashe? So I'm going to leave that there. This is for us to understand the cosmic waves that are hitting as we are adjusting to the Ascension light codes. It's a lot going on. And with that said, before I go, I know I should have said this in the beginning, but please remember to like, subscribe, share, comment if you dare. Please let me know how this resonates with you. Do you feel like you're the 144? Do you feel the body suspending itself? And if you have any questions, drop them here, because I'm, starting to go back through and read. Thank you for those of you who are commenting. I'm adjusting myself back to that as well. Anything else? Oh, with the lives that I'm going to be doing on Saturday, unless Spirit tells me otherwise, it's mainly going to be on Saturday. Or if there's a portal like yesterday, if it's something important, I'll do that live, but I'm keeping it to Saturday. So what I'd like to invite you to do as well is, if you have any questions, even while I'm doing these videos, if any questions come up, bring it to the live. This is where we share, where we converse. So bring the questions and the comments into the live, and we'll be able to go deeper in any of these topics that I'm bringing up, especially with the 144 ascendant frequencies, those who are ascending really through that time space. There's a lot for us to go, and you're not in it alone, right? Ashe. So bring it together, bring it on in. The more we do, remember, we light up on this light grid when we share this information together. All right, let me make sure if I got anything else. I may speak about this later, but I'm going to tag it here now, that a lot of our DNA, what they call junk DNA, is coming online. So you're feeling a lot of that as the codes are hitting. It's activating what they have called junk DNA is coming online. That's part of this process as well. So just allow your heart chakra, do some heart chakra activations and meditations, and do anything that can activate that, right? There's a lot you can do. If you come into my workshops, I can break down more about each energy center, the foods you can eat, the crystals that you probably already are having yourselves attracted to certain crystals, because the body knows, the auric field knows what you want, and it attracts it to you, right? So these are things we go about in the workshop, which the next one is coming up in June. The next Divine Chakra Moon Workshop, 7-day workshop, will be in June, with the full moon in June. So look out for that, as I mentioned that now. And so with that said, keep ascending. Enjoy the cosmic waves from the solar flare, from the celestials. Enjoy your adjustment. It's a good time to see that we're here, you're here, I'm here, we up in here in 5D, right? Ashe, ashe. With that said, each one reach one, teach one. If you don't know where to start right here in your big beautiful heart. Shine your light from the inside out. Be the candle that lights the next one, and the next one, and the next one. Peace, love, and light.